try this out. Pick item up. Let's try it out. So instead of parent food, we would do another thing. Let's add it to the utilities. See if we can pick item up. Oh yeah. That one didn't do it though. You could do play from start. Let's try to change the speed of that up. Let's try 8. I think I should change the collision before you pick it up. I don't like that. I don't like that. So let's see something. See something. Let's do collision. Let's do collision first. Let's do collision here. Let's do collision after that so it doesn't fall through the ground. And then let's do a sound. Okay. So let's see. What I want to see is if I change the speed of what's coming in to 1, I want to see if it still animates or not. Walk right past it. And you see that didn't play the animation again. Why? Press play, set right, play from start. Current item transform. What is it moving? Set relative setting. Setting. Wait, what is it setting? Call an actor. Call an actor. Alright, so this is the one that's calling. And we are setting the relative location and rotation. Because we are attaching the actor to the player. So why the relative relative item transform. Current item transform. Oh, but that gets the relative transform of the root here, which I'm guessing. So I'd be curious to see what it thinks the value is here. Because at this point, it's reattached already. But now let's see something. Let me see something. Branch this. So it did that successfully. My question is this: the um like that would still be in the same spot. So if I moved here, so it was okay. So I think what I need to do is just get it from wherever it's at. I think I need to switch it. Let's attach it. Snap the target. Snap the target, and then this part here, the attachment of the mesh component is. Yeah. Let's see. So about this, we say get world transform. Let's get the world transform, which would be this here. So that's the world transform. And what I would need to do then is instead of setting active this, I would need to say from here, from the calling actor, parent component, from new parent component, let's get world transform. Let's make that something that continuously happens. Well, no. Oh, I guess if it's 000, wait, I'm blanking. My brain is blanking. Because when you throw the object, hold on, let me go back some. I think I have a better idea. So I think what I could do instead is this. We can say let's do a attach this parent component, let's get the parent component. Let's do set actor. Let's see. Let me see something real quick. So let's see. So right now, it's right there. So let's see if I pick on the burger. Where is the item parent? So the item parent is right here. So toss it. No. Pause again. Right. So that's still here. That's still here. That's still here. So I need to be animating the burger to 0. So I need to get the current location of the burger. So let's see. It is a mesh component. Okay, so I can. So from the mesh component, let's get the mesh component. Set that to be current item transform, and then current item transform to this. What we want to move is we want to move the mesh component. Okay, so that is what we want to do. What we want to do is this. Attach. Let's go ahead and attach the. Which one is this? Parent. New parent. So this attaches actor to player. And say. So then let's say that. Okay, so let's see something. We can drop this out. Let's say attaches mesh to and comp without any. Because what that's going to do is it's going to attaches actor to player. So right now it's going to be 0 because it's already going to be a text. So let's do this first. Current item transform. Let's do this. We want to say this animates the mesh to the okay, another thing. Let me see something. So we'll make that default. It's a pure. And the other thing I want to do is I want to set an hour timer. We gotta get back into our Bible. So let's get the Bible app going. So we'll set a 25-minute timer. It says do default transform. Oh man, so much cleaner. This. So then let's do this. Let's say let's break this. Get relative transform. So let's pull this here instead. Grab this. So So if it's blank, let's do this. Let's do this. We'll set that to this. And if not, then we will do it from mesh. Well, default should be from the mesh component. What is this from? Mesh component. All right, nice. So default would be from actor. So that should give us the root. This gives us the root. And from the root, that's from the root. True. So what I can do is actually break it down again. Break it down again. And I could say, instead of doing a transform here, instead of doing that, so if it's true, do this. If it's not, so if this is not 0, we'll do the mesh component. And then what we'll do is do a get relative transform, and then put the relative transform here. So that way it uses that, and then from there, we can do. So we'll do this. Do this. So do that, and we can go to play. Then from here, we can do current. Yeah, let's drop DT down here. So then we can have, what we call it, comp to animate. What is that noise that just keeps going off? What is that? Oh, that's LinkedIn. I don't see anything on LinkedIn. default transform. Okay. So that's default transform. Okay. Another thing I could do is show button prompts. Alright, so let's do button prompts too. So holding food is what we do. Okay, so let's do this. And then I'll actually test this out, make sure it works, because okay, so let's drop this, pull this back. Alright, let's run it up again. Wait, that wasn't what I liked. I didn't like that one. Wait, now it's not doing anything. What? Do I have it backwards? Oh, but wait, that's the thing. This is gonna get the relative transform of the mesh, the parent mesh. Nope, not that. Let's see. Why is it doing this? Default value. So how about this? Let's look at what the value is when it comes through here. Let's see what it equates to. I need to do my back row. rotation of it. Alright, rotation of it. So it should be false. And if it's false, it should get it from, it's going to get it from parent food. Oh crap. I just realized what it is. I know what it is. It's these. Okay, so let's do this. Oh wait, no, keep world, and then keep world. So what we want to do is this. So what we need to do is this. Is mesh parent and position. So I'm gonna do it. I'm switching it up. So is mesh parent in position. If it is in position, we're going to go ahead and do. So it's in position. Let's get the comp to animate. So is it in position? It's in position. Let's do this. Ah, crap. So it's like this. If it not. Okay, so we need to, so let's see, it's gonna play the sound, current item transform. So let's do get relative transform. Ah, crap. So what we're gonna do is current of the mesh. So assess that relative transform again. If not, actually all of this is gonna stay the same either way. This is always gonna be this. What I'm going to change is this. I'm going to do a it's like this. The mesh is let's wait for this. Still is the list. Snap the target. Snap the target. So this play right. Play the UI sound. Set these up here. Doing this. Is the mesh parent in position already? It is. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay. If not, wait. So attaches mesh. So wait, what am I doing? Alright, it attaches the mesh to the parent component without animating it. Okay, right. So either way, this is not gonna work because what I need to do is this first. This is where we're gonna do this, and then after it does that, this is where we're going to say parent in position. Comp to animate. Nope, not comp to animate. The root component. So let's do this. Let's do this. Alright, so let's see. No, that's not. Wait, is it? Is it? Now I want to see this, and I want to see it in as slow motion as it can go. I have less than a minute before it's time to read the Bible. What happened? Okay, branch. So let's do play from start. But what I cannot understand is, oh, that's what it is. Okay. Take a quick break just to read my Bible. So we're gonna go ahead and pull the timer over here. Let's do a long break. Let's do a short break. Find where I am first. Keep a feast to me 3 times in the year. Take heed to keep the feast of unleavened bread. 7 days you shall eat unleavened bread. Unleavened bread, maybe? As I charged thee at the season of the month of new corn, for in it thou camest out of Egypt. Thou shalt not appear before me empty, and thou shalt keep the feast of the harvest, the first fruits of thy labors. And thou shalt keep the feast of the harvest, the first fruits of thy labors, whatsoever thou shalt have sown in my field, and the feast of completion at the end of the year, and the gathering and thy fruits out of thy land, and the feast of completion at the end of the year. And the gathering of thy fruits out of thy field. I wanted to become a farmer. That's what's crazy. I really wanted to just get some land and do farming. 3 times in a year shall all thy males appear before the Lord thy God. Thou shalt bring the first offerings. That's not my real voice. This is crazy. Need to try to talk in my real voice. This is my lazy voice. Let me see. Let me try to talk in my real voice. This is my real voice. Let's see. For when I shall have cast out the nations from before thee, and shall have widened thy borders, thou shalt not offer the blood of my sacrifice with leaven, neither must the fat of my feast abide to the morning. Thou shalt bring the first offerings of the first fruits of thy land into the house of thy Lord, into the house of the Lord thy God. Thou shalt not see the lamb in its mother's milk. And behold, I send my angel before thy face, that he may keep thee in the way, that he may bring thee into the land which I have prepared for thee. Take heed to thyself and hearken to him, and disobey him not. Let's do another one. And disobey him not, for he will not give way to thee, for my name is on him. If ye will endure hear, man, I can't read today. If ye will indeed hear my voice, and if thou wilt do all the things I shall charge thee with, and keep my covenant, ye shall be to me a peculiar people above all nations. From the whole earth is mine. Wait, did I read this already? It's just weird. I tried to take notes and I can't see what it says. Oh, maybe it's from a different page now that I think about it. Yeah, it's from the previous page. Okay. All nations, for the whole earth is mine, and ye shall be to me a royal priesthood and a holy nation. These words shall ye speak to the children of Israel. If ye shall indeed hear my voice and do all the things I shall tell thee, I will be an enemy to thine enemies, and an adversary to thine adversaries. That's interesting. Now, when I first read this, it caught me off guard because if God created all of us, why would He ever be any of our enemy? But I guess how I would interpret that is anybody who is not doing God's will and is attacking God's people will naturally be the enemy of God, which is an interesting way to think about that. For my angel shall go as thy leader, and shall bring thee to the Amorite, and Shethite, and Pharisite, and Canaanite, and Girgasite, and Evite, and Jebusite, and I will destroy them. Thou shalt not worship their gods, nor serve them, Thou shalt not do according to their works, but shalt utterly destroy them and break to pieces their pillars. And thou shalt serve the Lord thy God, and I will bless thy bread and thy wine and thy water, and I will turn away sickness from you. There shall not be on thy land one that is impotent or barren. I will surely fulfill the number of thy days, and I will send terror before thee, and I will strike with amazement all the nations to which thou shalt come, and I will make all thine enemies to flee. And I will send hornets before thee, and thou shalt cast out the Amorites and the Evites and the Canaanites and the Cherethites from thee. I will not cast them out in 1 year, lest the land become desolate, and the beasts of the field multiply against thee. By little and little I will cast them out from before thee, until thou shalt be increased and inherit the earth. And I will set thy borders from the Red Sea to the sea of the Philistines, and from the wilderness to the great river of Euphrates. And I will give into your hand those that dwell in the land, and will cast them out from thee. Thou shalt make no covenant with them and their gods, and they shall not dwell in thy land, lest they cause thee to sin against me. Whoa. For if thou should have served their gods, these would be an offense to thee. And I will set thy borders from the Red Sea to the sea of the Philistines, and from the wilderness to the great river of the Euphrates. Red Sea. So you have Dead Sea, Philistines, Red Sea. Red Sea. Dead Sea. And I will give into your hand those that dwell in the land, and I will cast them out from thee. And I will set thy borders from the Red Sea to the sea of the Philistines, and from the wilderness to the great river of Euphrates. And I will give into your hand those that dwell in the land, and will cast them out from there. Thou shalt make no covenant with them and their gods, and they shall not dwell in thy land, lest they cause thee to sin against me. For if thou shouldest serve their gods, these would be an offense to thee. Alright. That's interesting. Alright. Back to work. Just trying to see if I could find that region. To see where exactly it was, and then I started getting confused while I was reading it. Because I couldn't tell if it was saying I mean, from what I read, I couldn't tell if it was saying you should be living in the land on the inside of it, or you shouldn't be living on the land on the inside of it. And this again is where I start getting my confusion of how long was this? How long were these rules meant to last? Am I living in the wrong place right now? Do I need to be moving? So confusing sometimes. I tell you. All right, let's get back to work. Okay. So let's get back to this. See if we can have any better luck. Now I can't even do this, which is crazy. Show prompts. It's as if it's not even running this. So what are we doing? Oh wait, it snaps the target. It should not. It should keep world. Oh, and this. Oh no, that's not. It's supposed to be. What? What did it do? It's like I'm making this worse and worse every time I do something. First thing you do is set this no collision. Update player mode to this. Set the speed. Okay. But my question is, where is the burger? So it thinks that it's moving it to 0. Let's see something. Let's see which route is it going. So it's doing this. So it's gonna take the root component, which should already be. Oh crap! Nope, I got it backwards. I got it backwards. Got it backwards. Attaches mesh. Okay. This is supposed to go here. See, now we're getting into the spaghetti code territory. This goes here. This goes here. Here. This goes here. Try again. That one worked. Let's try it again. Okay. So let's see. Which one is that? That one is. I'm guessing this is the one that didn't work, which is fine. Because what I would want to do for this is say, let's alert that one also. So let's do another alert. So then let's do this. Well, so yes, let's use the current. We'll update the current. Get the relative transform. probably go for another 30 minutes, then I'll head off so I can listen to my music and get in my zone. It's quiet stream anyways. Okay, that's what I want. That's exactly what I wanted. So let's go ahead and my speed was a one. Oh yeah, I did that on purpose. So let's see. Oh yeah, that's the reason why I wasn't showing the input because I had the speed at 0.0.001. 0.001. Nice. Let's make this double the speed, and then up the speed to 5. Oh yeah. One thing is that rotation. So let's also talk about throwing food away. Oh wait, let me wait for that. Instead, um, and let's do enable input at the end of this too. Okay, that's that. Now let's go ahead inside of here. Like this. And then I want to do this. So now let's go to the items, store items. Let's do the same exact thing, and then we'll go to the cardboard box. Let's just go to. Let's do interact. Yeah. I don't even want to spawn it. Honestly, I don't want to spawn. Let's just see if we can do. We can do all this. Honestly, we can pass the whoosh in here. Now, holding food. So holding item. we are going to do item in hand. So this will get set. Parent, this is valid. So the thing, self can get all of these tags can get dropped. Can get dropped. We can pull this over here. Drop these. Case. Let's pull it up here. And then it's gonna move to item. So let's do this. I want to do this. Is it? Pick me up. Touch after. Get parent from player. So let's do this. Item parent. This is gonna be this one. Hold an item. Destroy item. Whoosh 4. We have a clear test actor, snap the target, keep world, drop that, drop this. We can drop the collision. Don't need the collision. Pick me up. What I really want to do is this, because the UID will already be set and the item display will already be set. Should be able to drop all of this. Bring this here. Now if this works, I'm gonna be so happy. So this is the part that I'm interested in right here, is this pick me up. Ah, crap. Pick me up. What does this do? Pick me up, pick me up, pick me up, pick me up. Okay, that just updates that. Okay, so let's see. And let me make sure it actually is passing in. The variable needs to pass in. Yes. Now the only thing I don't have, for some reason, is the prompt, which I'm not happy about the prompt not being there. But that's what we can do for now. We can just drop it. And then let's see. Yeah. Okay. So let's try to see if this works at least real quick. So holding food should move character. I would like to fit through that gap. And I need to hide those boxes. Okay. It's open too far. Okay. I can't do anything without having a shelf. Let's just go down here. Kumus. Is that product name? Come on. Ah, crap, man. I went to the main menu by mistake. Alright, let's do first thing first. Let me clear out the placement. Alright, so we got that fixed. Now, let's see. What did I do? Why did I have to cancel? Oh, I don't remember why I canceled that with this app. There we go. So I have this, but it's upside down. Wow. Pick me up. Item parent component is that is parent the new parent component though. So which one is this attached to? Price tag. Okay. Small item. So it is attached to the small item. Might need to alter this. Let's create a different one. I checked it, but I don't know what is causing it. This is I wonder where am I? If I'm, I want to see if my box, if the cardboard box also does anything with it. Alright, so it should do this. And that one is rotated on a whole different axis. So, what else do I use that small item for? That's my question. Nothing. It's just this. Okay. So if it's just this, let me just rotate it and fix it. Alright. 5 minute break. And to Moses he said, and to Moses, and to Moses, and to Moses, and to Moses. It's as if when I switch my head, depending on what angle my head is, my voice comes out different. And to Moses he said, go up to the Lord, thou and Aaron and Nadab and Abiud and Abiud, 70 of the elders of Israel. And they shall worship the Lord from a distance. And Moses alone shall draw nigh to God, and they shall not draw nigh, and the people shall not come up with them. And Moses went in and related to the people all the words of God and the ordinances. And all the people answered with one voice, saying, all the words which the Lord has spoken, we will do and be obedient. Moses wrote all the words of the Lord. And Moses rose up early in the morning and built an altar under the mountain and set up 12 stones for the 12 tribes of Israel. And he went forth the young men of the children of Israel, and they offered whole burnt offerings. And they sacrificed young calves as a peace offering to God. And Moses took half the blood, poured it into bowls, and half the blood he poured out onto the altar. And he took the book of the covenant and read it in the ears of the people. And they said, all things whatsoever the Lord has spoken we will do, and hearken therein. And Moses took the blood and sprinkled it upon the people, and said, behold the blood of the covenant which the Lord has made with you concerning all these words. And Moses went up, and Aaron, and Nadab, and Abihu, and 70 of the elders of Israel. And they saw the place where the God of Israel stood, and under his feet was as it were a work of sapphire slabs, and as it were the appearance of the firmament of heaven in its purity. And of the chosen ones of Israel there was not even one missing. And they appeared in the place of God, and did eat and drink. And the Lord said to Moses, come up to me into the mountain, and be there, and I will give thee the tables of stone, the law and the commandments, which I have written to give them laws. And Moses rose up, Joshua his attendant, and they went up into the mount of God. And to the elders they said, rest here till we return to you. And behold, Aaron and Hur are with you. If any man may have a call, if any man have a cause to be tried, let them go to them. And Moses and Joshua went up to the mountain, and the cloud covered the mountain, and the glory of God came down upon the Mount Sinai, and the cloud covered it 6 days. And the Lord called Moses on the seventh day out of the midst of the cloud, and the appearance of the glory of God was as burning fire on the top of the mountain before the children of Israel. And Moses went into the midst of the cloud and went up to the mountain, and was there in the mountain 40 days and 40 nights. Wow. What I find interesting is how God, a lot of times, from just what I've read in the Bible, God revealed himself with use of fire. That's interesting. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, speak to the children of Israel, and take first fruits of all, oh man, who may be disposed in their heart to give, and ye shall take my first fruits. This is the offering which ye shall take of them: gold and silver, and brass, and blue, and purple, and double scarlet, and fine spun, linen, and goat's hair, and ram skin dyed red, and blue skins, and incorruptible wood, and oil for light, incense for anointing oil, and for the composition of incense, and sardius stones, and stones for the carved work of the breastplate, and the full length robe. And thou shalt make me a sanctuary, and I will appear among you. And thou shalt make for me according to all things which I shew thee in the mountain, even the pattern of the tabernacle and the pattern of all its furniture, so shalt thou make it. And thou shalt make the ark of testimony of incorruptible wood, the length of 2 cubits and a half, and the breadth of a cubit and a half, and the height of a cubit and a half. And thou shalt gild it with pure gold. Thou shalt gild it within and without. And thou shalt make for it golden wreaths twisted round about. And thou shalt cast for it 4 golden rings, and shalt put them on the 4 sides, 2 rings on the one side, and 2 rings on the other side. And thou shalt make staves of incorruptible wood, and shalt gild them with gold. And thou shalt put the staves into the rings on the sides of the ark to bear the ark with them. The staves shall remain fixed in the rings of the ark, and thou shalt put into the ark the testimonies which I shall give thee. And thou shalt make a propitiatory, a lid of pure gold, and the length of 2 cubits and a half, and the breadth of a cubit and a half. And thou shalt make 2 cherubs graven in gold, and thou shalt put them on both sides of the propitiatory. Propitiatory. They shall be made 1 cherub on this side, and another cherub on the other side of the propitiatory. And thou shalt make the 2 cherubs on 2 sides. The cherubs shall stretch forth their wings above, overshadowing the propitiatory with their wings, and their faces shall be toward each other. The faces of the cherubs shall be toward the propitiatory. And thou shalt set the propitiatory on the ark above, and thou shalt put into the ark the testimonies which I shall give thee. And I will make myself known to thee from thence, and I will speak to thee above the propitiatory between the 2 cherubs which are upon the ark of testimony, even in all things which I shall charge thee concerning the children of Israel. And thou shalt make a golden table of pure gold, in length 2 cubits, and in breadth a cubit, and in height a cubit and a half. And thou shalt make for it golden wreaths twisted round about. And thou shalt make for it a crown of an hand breadth round about. Alright, I'm heading off because I want to turn my stuff on and chill, and it's not anybody here talking right now anyway, so I'm not cutting off any conversation. Anybody that popped in, thank you. If you have not wishlisted Retro Game Store Simulator, please go do so now. We are trying to make a game. And I know right now the wishlist number is low. And I'm praying and believing that when I release the demo, that number will shoot up. I have faith that it will. So